Once again, I welcome in the course Geotechnical Engineering. So in the last meet, we have discussed about the empirical formula to compute the compression index, and then I have discussed the compressibility coefficient, and in compressibility coefficient I have discussed the how to compute the coefficient of compressibility, and then we have seen the expression of coefficient of compressibility, and after that I have discussed the coefficient of volume compressibility and the expression of volume compressibility, and then I have discussed the how to compute the pre-consolidation stress, and various procedure we have discussed to compute the pre-consolidation stress, and then we have solved the problem. So today I will discuss the what is Terzaghi one-dimensional consolidation equation, and then derivation of Terzaghi one-dimensional consolidation equation. And once we derive the Terzaghi one-dimensional consolidation equation, then I will also discuss the solution of this Terzaghi one-dimensional consolidation equation, and then problems based on this. So let us discuss the Terzaghi theory of one-dimensional consolidation equation. Terzaghi theory of one-dimensional consolidation equation. So we know that Dr. Carl Terzaghi, the father of soil mechanics, were given the concept of consolidation. So according to Terzaghi, he has derived the formula of one-dimensional consolidation equation and three-dimensional also. But in our undergraduate level, we have to study only one-dimensional consolidation equation. So he has taken the various assumptions, and these assumptions. The first one is soil is homogeneous. Second one is soil is fully saturated. As we know that consolidation takes place in saturated soil, so soil is fully saturated. Third one is Darcy law is valid. So we can apply the Darcy law. Darcy law is valid, and we have already discussed in the previous course in geotechnical engineering first what is Darcy law. So Darcy law, according to Darcy, the velocity is directly proportional to the hydraulic gradient, and this Darcy law is valid for the laminar flow, and in soil the laminar flow, for the condition of laminar flow, the Reynolds number should be less than 1. Fourth one is soil grains and water are incompressible. Fifth assumption is compression and flow are one dimensional. Means where I am taking the vertical direction. And the sixth one is coefficient of permeability and AV is constant. Coefficient of permeability and coefficient of compressibility will be constant during the consolidation. So these are the assumptions taken by the Terzaghi to derive the consolidation equation. Soil is homogeneous, soil is fully saturated, Darcy law is valid, soil grains and water are incompressible, and compression and flow are one dimensional, and K and AB is constant. He has taken a clay layer. Let us assume this is the clay layer, having the thickness h, and this is the sand layer. Let us assume I am taking a soil element. This is dz at a depth of z, and this is dx. This is delta sigma dash. This is the saturated soil sample, saturated soil mass. And if I insert a piezometer, so this will be the level h. We can write u by gamma w. And this is the saturated soil mass. So we know that here h is equal to u by gamma w. So we can write hydraulic gradient I is equal to del h by del z. So we can write 1 by gamma w del u by del z. This is the equation number 1. According to Darcy law, we know that V is equal to K into I. So we can write V is equal to K into I. I can be written as 1 by gamma w into del u by del z. So del u by del z. So del v by del z can be written as K by gamma w del 2u by del z square. This is equation number 2. Let us take a soil element. I have taken a soil element, saturated soil element, having inflow velocity is v and outflow velocity is v plus del v by del z into dz, because this dz and this is dx. It will be del v by del z into dz. Consider a soil element having thickness dx and width dy perpendicular to xz plane. V is the velocity at entry and v plus del v by del z into dz is the velocity at exit. So total inflow discharge can be written as total inflow discharge can be written as V into area is dx into dy. So V into dx into dy, and similarly Q outflow is V plus del V by del Z into dz into dx dy. So the change in discharge delta Q can be written as Q outflow minus Q inflow. So it will be V plus del V by del Z into dz dx dy minus V dx into dy. So V dx dy, V dx dy cancel. So we can write delta Q is equal to del V by del Z into dx dy dz. Coefficient of compressibility, coefficient of volume compressibility, coefficient of volume compressibility, mv. So mv can be written as change in volume per unit volume. So minus delta v by v naught divided by delta sigma dash. So here it can be written as minus delta v by v naught into delta sigma dash. So delta v can be written as, it can be written as minus delta v divided by v naught into delta sigma. So delta v is equal to mv into v naught into delta sigma dash. So delta v by del t can be written as, this is constant, so minus mv into v naught into del sigma dash divided by del t. So del, let us assume this is the equation number 4, this is 3 and this is 4. So equating equation from equation 3 and 4, so equating, because this is the discharge, so we can write del v by del z from equation 3 and 4, from equation 3 and 4 we can write del v by del z, del v by del z into dx dy dz is equal to minus mv into delta sigma dash by del t into v naught, and v naught is dx into dy into dz. So we can write del v by del z into dx dy dz is equal to minus mv into delta sigma dash divided by delta t into dx dy dz. So this dx dy z cancel, so we can write del v by del z is equal to minus mv into del sigma dash by del t. Let us assume this is equation number 5. So we know that total stress is equal to effective stress plus pore water pressure. So sigma dash can be written as sigma minus u. So del sigma dash divided by del t. So total stress will be constant, so it will be 0 minus del u by del t. This is equation number 6. So from 5 and 6 we can write del v by del z is equal to, if I put the value of del sigma dash by del t, so it will be mv into del u by del t. So this is equation number 7. Del v by del z is equal to mv into del u by del t. And here I have equation number 2 is del v by del z is equal to k by gamma w del 2 u by del z. So from equation number 2 and 7, from equation 2 and equation 7, we can write equation number 2. Equation number 2 is del V by del Z is equal to K by gamma W. So we can write K by gamma W into del 2 U by del Z squared is equal to mv into del U by del T. mv into del U by del T. So we can write del 2 U by del Z square K by mv into gamma W is equal to del U by del T. So we can write del U by del T is equal to K by mv into gamma W del 2 U by del Z square. Let us say it is 8. From the consolidation equation, so we have the relation, to find the permeability, that is K is equal to CV mv into gamma W. So we can write K by mv gamma W is CV, where K is the coefficient of permeability, CV is the coefficient of consolidation. So here we can write K by mv into gamma W is equal to CV. Put the value of K by mv into gamma W in equation 8. So from 8, del U by del T is equal to K by mv into gamma W del 2 U by del Z square. So del U by del T is equal to CV del 2 U by del Z square. So this is the Terzaghi one-dimensional consolidation equation. Terzaghi one-dimensional consolidation equation, where CV is the coefficient of consolidation. So solution of this Terzaghi one-dimensional consolidation equation will give three non-dimensional parameter. The first one is drainage path ratio, second one is time factor, and the third one is degree of consolidation. So here if I write CV is the coefficient of consolidation, U is the pore water pressure, and the unit of CV is either meter square per second or meter square per day. So solution of Terzaghi one-dimensional consolidation equation will give three non-dimensional parameter. The first one is drainage path ratio, that is equal to small z by h, where small z is the depth of soil layer from the top layer, and h is the total thickness of the layer or maximum drainage length. H is the maximum drainage length. So the small z is depth of soil from top layer, any depth of soil layer, and capital H is the maximum drainage length or path. Similarly, the second parameter, that is time factor, TB. So time factor can be written as TB is equal to CV into T divided by H square, where CV is the coefficient of consolidation, TB is the time factor, and T is the time taken to consolidate the sample, and H is the maximum drainage path or length. So this time factor TB is the function of U, where U is the degree of consolidation. So if degree of consolidation U is less than equal to 60%, so TB can be computed as pi by 4 into U by 100 whole square. And if degree of consolidation is greater than 60%, so time factor can be computed as 1.781 minus 0.933 log 10 100 minus U. From this expression we can compute the time factor if degree of consolidation is greater than 60%. So if I compute the value of time factor for imported degree of consolidation, like uh, so when this is U in percentage degree of consolidation, and this is the time factor. So when degree of consolidation is 0, so it will be pi by 4 into 0 by 100, so time factor will also be 0. When degree of consolidation is 50%, so what will be the value of degree of consolidation, time factor, that is pi by 4 into 50 by 100 square, so it is 0.196. When degree of consolidation is 60%, so it will be 0.283. When degree of consolidation is 90%, so when it will be 90%, so it can be computed as 1.781 minus 0.933 into log 100 minus U, so it is 0.848. Here if I take the example, so when U is 50%, so I have computed the time factor, that is pi by 4 into 50 by 100 square, so it will be 0.196. When U is equal to 90%, so we cannot apply this formula because it is greater than 60%, so time factor is 1.781 minus 0.933 log 10 100 minus U. So this value will be 1.781 minus 0.933 log 10 100 minus 90. So this value is 0.848. So these are the some important value of time factor for degree of consolidation. So the third non-dimensional parameter is degree of consolidation. third degree of consolidation, and this degree of consolidation can be written as U is equal to ui minus uz divided by ui into 100, where ui is the initial excess pore water pressure and uz is the excess pore water pressure at any depth z. So with the help of this initial excess pore water pressure and excess pore water pressure, we can compute the degree of consolidation. Now we have written the expression of time factor, that is Tb is equal to Cv into T by H square. So this time factor, in which Cv is the coefficient of consolidation, T is the time taken to consolidate the sample, and H is the maximum drainage length. So maximum drainage length, so if there are two cases for the calculation of H, let us assume this is the first case. If this is the thickness D and drainage is allowed, drainage is, this is the pervious layer, let us assume this is sand and this is also sand, means drainage is allowed in both direction, and this is the middle of the clay layer, this layer is clay, so drainage can be allowed in this direction and in this direction. So in this case, this is the double drainage, this is called double drainage case, this is also sand. So in this case H is equal to, we have to write D by 2. In case of single drainage, and this is the impervious or impermeable layer. Impermeable layer means drainage can allow only this direction, and once again the thickness is D and this is the clay layer, this layer is pervious layer or sand layer. So in this case our, the value of H is equal to D, and this is the case of singly drainage. So in case of singly drainage means, double drainage means draining is allowed in both the direction, top and bottom layer, and in single layer the drainage is allowed in only one direction. So it is called singly drainage, it is called doubly drainage or double drainage. So when we apply the time factor is equal to Cv to T by H square, so one thing we have to uh, care that whether it will be taken as D by 2 or D, so that depends on the drainage condition. If the drainage takes place in both the direction, then we have to take the half value of the thickness, and if the drainage is allowed in only one direction, so it is the case of single drainage or singly drainage, and in that case we have to take the entire thickness of the clay layer. Now I am going to discuss the boundary condition. Boundary condition for one dimensional consolidation equation. So if I make the curve, so for different time factor, let us assume this is TV is equal to 0, TV is equal to 0.4, TV is equal to 0.5 and TV is equal to 0.9. I have drawn. This axis is called Z is equal to small z by h, and this is the pore water pressure U axis, and this curve is called isochrone curve. Isochrone curve. So the first boundary condition, when t is equal to 0, so u is equal to ui, because there is a no consolidation, so the initial excess pore water pressure will be there. So when t is equal to 0, first boundary condition, when t is equal to 0, so u is equal to ui, initial excess pore water pressure. Second condition, when t tends to infinite, means infinite time, so the u is equal to 0, entire pore water pressure will be dissipated, so the pore water pressure will be 0. So the third boundary condition, the first boundary condition we have discussed, that when t is equal to 0, so when t is equal to 0, this is the t axis, so when t is equal to 0, and so when t is equal to 0, so pore water pressure is, it is the initial excess pore water pressure for all z. Similarly, when t tends to infinite, its consolidation is completed, so the u is equal to initial excess pore water pressure will be 0 for all z. Third condition, boundary condition, when t is greater than 0 and z is equal to 0. Here we can see that when t is equal to t greater than 0 and z is equal to 0, so pore water pressure is 0. And the fourth boundary condition, when t greater than 0 and z is equal to d, so u is equal to also 0. At the z is equal to d, so the pore water pressure is 0. So these are the four boundary conditions we have to remember for the Terzaghi one-dimensional consolidation equation. There are various formula to compute the degree of consolidation. So computation of degree of consolidation. Computation of degree of consolidation. So first approach, that is u is equal to ui minus uz divided by ui into 100. So with the help of this, where ui is the initial excess pore water pressure and uz is the excess pore water pressure at any depth z. So with the help of this, we can compute the degree of consolidation. So computation of degree of consolidation. So the first expression we have seen that it is ui minus uz divided by uz into 100, where ui is the initial excess pore water pressure and uz is excess pore water pressure at any depth z. Second expression of the degree of consolidation is u is equal to st by sf into 100, where st is the settlement at time t, and sf is the final consolidation settlement. So if we know the consolidation settlement at any time t and final consolidation settlement, then we can also compute with the help of this we can compute the degree of consolidation. Third expression of degree of consolidation is with the help of void ratio. So U can be computed as E naught minus E divided by E naught minus EF into 100. So here UI is E naught is the initial void ratio. So E naught is the initial void ratio. E is the void ratio at any stage in between, and EF is the void ratio at the end of stress increment. So this, with the help of these three void ratio, we can compute the degree of consolidation. And the last expression to compute the degree of consolidation, that is U is equal to UI minus U divided by UI minus UF into 100, where UI is the initial excess pore water pressure, U is the excess pore water pressure at any stage in between, and UF is the excess pore water pressure at the end of stress increment. So with the help of these three pore water pressure, we can compute the degree of consolidation. So four expression we have seen to compute the degree of consolidation. The first one is ui minus uz by uz into 100. Second one, if we know the value of consolidation settlement at any time t and final consolidation settlement, then we can compute the degree of consolidation. Third expression with the help of void ratio, and this is the fourth expression with the help of initial excess pore water pressure at any stage in between, and excess pore water pressure at the end of stress increment. So let us take the problem based on this Terzaghi one-dimensional consolidation equation. So the first problem I have taken, a clay layer 5 meter thick in field, take 300 days to attain 50% consolidation. in field, let us assume this is the condition of field, 5 meter thick, 5 meter thick clay layer in the field. Take 300 days to attain 50% consolidation with a double drainage. So double drainage is there. So this is the sand layer, and here is also. So the drainage can also take place in both the direction. If the same clay layer is underlain by a hard rock, then means now the drainage condition has been changed. Now at the bottom it is a impermeable layer. So it is the case of singly drainage. If the same clay layer is underlain by hard rock, then the time taken to attain 50% consolidation. So the degree of consolidation is same. Degree of consolidation is same. Here is also 50%. Here is U is also 50%. But this is the case of doubly drainage and this is the case of singly drainage. So we know that time factor TB is equal to CB into T by H square. So the time factor and coefficient of consolidation will be same. So for same degree of consolidation, we can write CB into T by H square, H1 square is equal to CB into T2 by H2 square. If this condition I have taken, this is 1, this condition I have taken 1, and this is the second condition 2. So the coefficient of consolidation will be same, so we can write T1 by H1 square is equal to T2 by H2 square. So T2 can be written as T1 into H2 square by H1 square. So if I write the value of T1, so it will be T2 is equal to 300 into H2. So what will be the value of H2? It is the case of singly drainage. It is the case of single drainage. So in case of single drainage, H is equal to D. But in case of doubly drainage, here H1 is equal to D by 2 we have to take. So here H2 square means 5 square divided by 2.5 square. So it will be 300 into divided by 2.5 square. So it is 1200 days. So the in case of singly drainage, the time to consolidate the sample is 1200 days. So if I see the option, so D option is correct. So same clay layer is underlain by hard rock. If there is a hard rock, so it is a condition of single drainage. So the 1200 days to attain 50% consolidation. Let us take the another problem. So a 1 meter thick layer of saturated clay drained at both faces. A 1 meter thick layer drained at both faces. So drainage takes place in both the direction, and this thickness is 1 meter clay layer settle by 10 centimeter in 1 year. If a thin layer of pervious soil is introduced in the middle of this layer, now the condition has been changed. Now a pervious layer is introduced. So here the H is equal to 1 by 2. Now it will be, this is also the pervious, so here H is equal to 1 by 2 and half, so 1 by 4. Because if a thin layer of pervious soil is introduced in the middle layer, so this is the pervious soil is introduced, the thickness, this is 1 by 2, so 1 by 2 divided by 2, so it will be 1 by 4. So what will be the period during which the settlement of tension? So same settlement, we have to compute the time. So once again, if I write for same degree of consolidation, for same degree of consolidation, let me name it, it is 1 and this is 2. So we can write Cv into T1 by H1 square is equal to Cv into T2 divided by H2 square. So once again, coefficient of consolidation will be same. So we can write T1 by H1 square is equal to T2 by H2 square. So T2 is equal to T1 into H2 square divided by H1 square. So how much time to settle the clay by 10 centimeter is 1 year. So 1 into, it will be 1 by 4 whole square divided by 1 by 2 whole square. So we can write 1 into 1 by 16 into 4. So it will be 0.25 year. So if additionally, if I introduce a pervious layer in between the middle of the clay layer, so the time will be reduced by 1/4. So only 0.25 year take to settle the soil 10 centimeter. So C option is correct. This question is asked in GATE 2002. The time for a clay layer to achieve 80% degree of consolidation. So D is 85%, U is 85%, and time is 10 year. If the layer was half as thick, 10 times more permeable, and 4 times more compressible, then time that would be required to achieve the same degree of consolidation. So let us assume this is the initial condition. This is H, U is 85%, T is 10 year. Now the second condition is if the layer was half as thick. So now it has been reduced. It is H by 2 and 10 times more permeable. Let's name it, it is 1, it is 2. The permeability, let us assume, is K. So now it will be 10K and 4 times more compressible. So if it is MV, so it will be 4 MV in the second layer. So what will be the time required? So if I write for the same degree of consolidation. So for same degree of consolidation, for same degree of consolidation, we have the relation TV is equal to CB into T by H square, and we know that K is equal to CVMV divided by gamma W. So if I put the value of CV, so TV can be written as K into gamma W into T divided by CV is K into gamma W divided by MV into H square. So for same time factor, we can write K into gamma W into T divided by mv into h square for 1, that is equal to K into gamma W into T divided by mv into h square for 2. Now put the value of for 1, it is permeability is K, gamma W, and time is 10 year. So 10 year divided by mv into h square is equal to, now it is 10 times more permeable. So the value will be 10K into gamma W into time we have to require T2 divided by mv. So 4 times more compressible. So 4 mv into and half as thick. So h square into 4. So if I compute K gamma W, everything will be cancelled, mv h square. So we can write 10 is equal to 4 cancel. So it will be 10 T2. So T2 is equal to 1 here. So now the time required for the same degree of consolidation is 1 year. So A option is correct. So we have solved, today we have solved 3 problems. So in the next class I will solve more problem based on Terzaghi one-dimensional consolidation equation, and then I will discuss the how to compute the consolidation settlement by various method. So take care of your health and happy learning.